When you think about the most popular Piston Cup racing sponsors that Mattel has just prioritized in releasing cars for over the past almost 2 decades, I feel like most people think about the obvious ones like Dynaco, Rust-eze, Lee-Class, and even Nitroade. But what about Bumper Safe? I mean, Bumper Safe has had probably the most amount of releases from it in the past couple of decades almost. I mean, we've gotten all three of the racers for it. The Cars 1 stock car, Cars 3 stock car, next gen, but that's obvious. Of course, we always get all three. But they also did all three pitties, plus the crew chief, Ben Dordan. We got all three haulers, which is insane. And I believe we received Thailand and Chinese variants of all of the racers, too. Actually, yeah, we have for sure. And Ponchy from Cars 3 has received so many variants because they screwed up these eyelids and they made them the right color. They've just done a lot with this Piston Cup sponsor, and I'm all for it. It definitely is one of the best ones, in my opinion. And for some reason, I only am just getting the Cars 1 Ponchy Wipeout Racer right now. So, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. It's finally time for me to open and display Ponchy Wipeout with all my other Piston Cup racers. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. He's just not one of those more common racers, even though he's been released a ton over the years. A lot of his releases were from a long time ago, so it has been a while since he got his last released. The last one was like during the lockdowns, I think, in 2020. So, I'm just very glad that he is back for 2024. Not a new variant or anything has already been made from Thailand, but he does look great. Let's talk about his releases, though. He was first released in a pretty obscure Mack Transporter 3-pack in 2008, which also included Alan Aiken Axler and Bob Cutlass. And then he was released, obviously, in the 2008 Motor Speedway of the South Pack. Also released a couple times in 2009 with rubber tires, and in a launcher Form 2, also in 2010, which I actually just picked up, which is very ironic. Not a coincidence at all. So cool, though. Very happy to have a Chinese version of them now, too, as well as this new updated Thailand one. And then, we got a 3-pack release with his Pity and his Hauler in 2010, released in 2015 as a single and in a 5-pack, and then in 2020 and 2024. So he definitely has gotten his fair share of releases, but for whatever reason, it's just now that I'm finally getting him. Kind of weird, and it's also very weird how I ended up with the Chinese and Thailand ones in like the same week. That's very strange. But anyways, great artwork. He doesn't really have the same model, as he's supposed to have on his diecast here. He really should be a bit longer. There's technically supposed to be 5 different unique Piston Cup Racer models from Cars 1, but Mattel's always only ever done 3 for like the background racers, not including McQueen, Chick, and the King, obviously. But yeah, I guess he is one of the ones that has the wrong model, but whatever. Never really realized that until just now, actually. I saw like this concept art and I'm like, what in the heck? They have been doing that all this time. They've been screwing up the racer models. But anyways, I'm noticing right now he's supposed to have blue trim on his rims, and he does not on the diecast. So already seeing a zonk, but everything else looks cool. I think this one has a really cool expression. I've seen it online, and it looks nice. You can get him in 2024 singles case D, and I believe he's in quite a few other cases too, but that's the first case that he was in for this year. And on the back, as seen in Cars, of course, got Lightning McQueen, Todd the Pizza Planet Truck, Mater, Holland Gas, Sally, and Sheriff, and the Ghost Car, of course. Anyways, though, without any further ado, guys, I'll be right back with good old Ponchy Wipeout all opened up. Now, this is a pretty wild looking expression for Ponchy Wipeout here. I don't think I really realized how much they did change it from China to Thailand. Luckily, I do have the Chinese one here, not open, but whatever, you guys can still see it. It's just a more standard looking expression. They're looking off to the side and, the stern face. This one, though, the eyeballs aren't really like looking off to the side. Like the eyelids kind of are. They're off centered kind of a bit, but the eyeballs aren't, and they're pretty small. Like they're definitely smaller, and it just looks kind of weird. Like they're centered up, but yet the eyelids aren't really. I mean, I guess they kind of are. He still looks like he's looking off to the side, though, to me a little. I guess he's really not anymore. He's really not looking off to the side. It is different, though. I like when cars look off to the side, so it's kind of a downgrade in my opinion. But I mean, they changed it up, so I guess that's good. They don't do that too often. It's just a weird change. Like it's not like they drastically changed it, but they kind of did in a way too. Like it does make quite the difference, in my opinion. Anyways, though, here he is in the first Cars movie. Just one of those background racers, of course. No speaking lines or anything, but we do get to see him racing quite a bit throughout the first race, the Piston Cup Dynaco 400, of course. And he does get involved in the big crash, unfortunately, as well, just like all the other racers do. But yeah, it is kind of shocking that it's taken me this long to get Mr. Ponchy Wipeout, so I am pretty excited to get into this one right now. He does have a plastic eye plate, and yeah, that expression up close, it just looks even worse in my opinion. Like, I know some people that really like it, like including Mr. Dogga. He really likes it. He's a big supporter of it, but I can't say that I am. I don't know if I like it or not. Maybe that's just because I don't have the Chinese one opened up. You know, a lot of people had it and have had it for a long time. Not me. This is one of those racers that I just never got when I was little. When I started collecting back in 2009, ironically, that was like well, not the first year, but the second year he was released. So I feel like this would have been an easy one for me to find. For all I know, maybe I did, but I just never bought it because I was too little. Maybe didn't want racers at the time. I'm not really sure. Just one of the townies, probably, I think is what I started collecting first, and the McQueen variants. But, anyways, there's his teeth. They didn't really have to paint him because he's already white there. There's the Bumper Save logo. I don't know what this thing on the back is. I guess it's just a design. You know, it's not like usually like it's supposed to be like an oil pan or I don't know, a water droplet or a big B, you know, with a dollar sign. This one, no, not really. Just a white background with some red trim. Love that blue color. Very, very cool blue. What would you call this blue? Like I don't know, it's like a cyan turquoise mix, but I like it a lot. Reminds me of my old room paint color. I really like that. And then I kind of changed it to something more similar to like Sally, but lighter than Sally. You know, I don't know. I kind of like the old one better, but it was just a bit too in your face, I guess, for a wall. I have a pretty small room too. But I like how they put the dollar sign where the S should be for bumper save. No, like, little slogan or anything, though, at all. Like, even just text explaining what bumper save is. What is it, though? I don't know. It's just like I guess, a bank of some sort or something like that along those lines, kind of like HDB, but, you know, they won't take over your money, your bank account like like they would, you know. I think bumper save is a bit nicer to their users, probably. But anyways, he is number 90. You can see the 90 quite a bit throughout his design. But yeah, not really a ton of like distinction with this design. It's just kind of like, I don't know, some white and red boxes, you know, some blue, some like swirls. Nothing that really like represents bumper save. On the newer racers for bumper save, there's a bit more distinction, I think, like dollar signs and like I don't know, just little dots. I guess there's not much distinction either, but it is cool. Just the dollar signs kind of help. This one's not really that much different either. This newer version of Ponchy Wipeout from Cars 3, but it's still nice. You know, I think this is probably my favorite bumper save racer though. If I had to pick right now, just seeing what I'm seeing so far, I really do like him. Just simple but effective, you know. There's all the contingency sponsors, pretty grainy, but whatever. Nitro Wade, Piston Cup, Revolting, Mood Springs, Gas Spring, Gaskets, Vitaline, reading them out of order, Easy Idle, Those Rookie Pistons, RPM, League Clutch Shade, and Retread. I may have missed a few. I think I got them all actually. Octane Game, did I read that one? I don't know. But you guys have seen these before. They never really change. But yeah, it is nice to get a little bit of a zoom in on some of these decals. But they're not like bad quality. They're not clear either. But I guess I'm being a little bit more kind of easy on Ponchy because I don't have the Chinese one opened up. Try to show it to you guys just for comparison's sake in the package here. But honestly, I mean, you guys know, it's just like a little bit more clear, maybe a little brighter. But other than that, it's pretty well the same. Not a ton of differences with this Ponchy Wipeout from Thailand. Got the number 90 on the left taillight back there, little red and white stripe, and then says bumper save again on the back. I love the little red spoiler that he has. Very, very cool and classic looking. Another bumper save logo. I guess, oh, that's supposed to be like a price tag sticker, like a tag that would hang off like a piece of clothing or something. I guess that's what bumper save is, like the background of the thing. And yeah, it's not really so much here, but on there at least. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Reminds me of the old tags from Zellers or an old like Kmart store or something like that. Anyway, so the side is the same. Not much differences on this side, but pretty cool. I like Ponchy Wipeout a lot. Another bumper save logo on the trunk. Just really cool looking design. Very classic looking. And just the black rims. Unfortunately, they didn't put the blue trim on them, but whatever. At least he has the Lightyear text. And then on the base, T08A is the date stamp, means he was made on the 8th day or the 8th week of 2024, just this year. So that's pretty darn cool. Anyways, though, yeah, let's compare him to the other Bumper Save racers now from the different decades, different eras of Piston Cup racing. We have the Cars 3 one, so yeah, he is one of the only Piston Cup racers that carried over from Cars 1 to Cars 3, which is pretty cool. Not many of them do. Now, he does have a different model, which doesn't make all that much sense. How could you change your model? I'm not really sure. But before, like this one's like a Brawny Motor Co. Spark GT, it's called, and then this one's like a Capital Motors Mark II. So I don't really get that. But the design is pretty well the same number and everything. They just kind of upgraded some of the decals, made them more 3D, gave him a bit more gradient in his paint. Yellow rims for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't really like that, to be honest. But I guess it kind of looks like clearance, So kind of what Bumper Save is. It's all about saving money and stuff, I guess. That's kind of funny. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much the same, just kind of like 3Dified now. The number, like all that, it's all kind of in the same spots, the logos and everything. But it's nice. Nice little, well, I wouldn't call it an upgrade, but modernization, I guess, is a better word. I prefer this one for sure, the Cars 1 version of Ponchy. I almost called him Bonchy, because I was going to say Bumper Save. Anyways, here is Paul Conrad, the next gen, who is quite a bit different. He's more like a cream color than a white. I don't like that as much. I feel like they should have kept him white, because there's not very many white next gens to begin with. I mean, there's only one other one, that's the Apple one, who will never get released as a diecast, probably. So I don't know. I feel like they could have just left that white. But whatever. It's still pretty nice. He's not really this color anyways in the movie. He's more like a metallic white. So it does look nice. But for whatever reason, Mattel did not really make the diecast all that accurate. But he's still cool. Still one of my kind of favorite next gens in the top 10 maybe. But I prefer Ponchy Wipeout for sure. But yeah, we don't really know too much about Ponchy Wipeout. All we know from the little biography that he got in the old Meet the Cars book and the Cars Finder video game is that he used to be a stunt double, worked on the set of a film called Hijinks, which was about a pair of wisecracking California Highway Patrol officers. That was oddly descriptive. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all we know about his life before racing. But he lasted quite a long time because he was racing in Cars 1 and he was racing in Cars 3. Unfortunately, he got replaced by Paul Conrev, who I think is definitely a step down in terms of design. But I like Ponchy Wipeout, that's all I can say. I think he's really cool. Here is one of the Pitties, though. The only one that I have is the big fat model of Pitty. They did do all three, though, in 2010 in a multi-pack with the crew chief, Ben Dordan, which is pretty cool. Anyways, though, thank you guys, as always, for watching this video. Hope that you did enjoy it. And there will be many more Piston Cup racer reviews coming in the near future. Anyways, though, guys, yeah, I hope you have a great day. Definitely let me know what you think of Ponchy down in the comments section below. And also let me know which Ponchy or which Bumper Save racer is your favorite. I always do that. I always think Ponchy Wipeout is the name of the sponsor, not Bumper Save. It's because they called the Cars 3 Next Gen hauler for Bumper Save, which they finally gave a name to. They used to call her just Ponchy Wipeout hauler, which didn't make any sense at all. So it's like they were kind of saying that the name of the sponsor is Ponchy Wipeout, but no, that's the name of the Cars 1 racer for the brand. Anyways, so that's just classic Mattel for you. I will see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.